All right, so this is the area where the aviary is going to be. Nice, ain't it? So my plan is I'm going to use the whole side of the garage. Well, after the window, anyways, and then that'll save me on a lot of material. Basically, having 16 feet of straight wall, not to worry about. So basically, just going to have to build three sides, kind of. A little bit of a fourth side, I guess. But yeah, no biggie. So my idea is to go 16 by 16 roughly, and then another 12-foot section off where the pond's going to be off to the side. So 16, 28 in the front, and then 16 in the back, whatever, let's say, and then 16 off both sides. So my pieces are 10 feet long, so I'm going to have to add a little bit to them. No big deal there. Otherwise, nice to have nice 10-foot pieces. And I think the front ones, I'm just going to put them to 10-foot anyways. So I'll have like a 2-foot difference. So I'll have a nice slope when I put a roof on to keep water and stuff flowing down there. But other than that, a little bit hard to get good video here. There's always something going on next door, and the wind's always blowing. But yeah, anyways, we'll not get too much into that right now. This is just kind of going to be the area, and then maybe I'll show you around here what I'm planning on putting the pond and stuff, because the ground's still pretty frozen. I can't really start digging just yet. I can start laying out my pieces though, however, and that's what I'm going to do, so I can get an idea where I am going to be digging, because I'm going to be going about a foot down, so I can add some hardware cloth down there for any predator that will want to try to dig under or anything like that. And then I got some bunch of rocks and stuff here or there that got to get moved out of the way from where there was an old flower bed once a long pond of time. But yeah, other than that, maybe we'll just grab the camera here and we'll give you the first eye view of what the plan is. Okay, so like I say right here, this is the area here. There was like an old flower bed here. I tried to repurpose it for strawberries. Didn't quite work out. Everything kept coming back worse than weeds. So the pens, that's about 16 feet right there. Boom, from there to there. So that's going to work out perfect. I'll just have to double check, make sure everything's right. And then, like I said, an extra 12 feet. So if you notice here, down the back end of my property, there's a lot of water that comes from back there. So there's like a lot of natural water that comes out from back of the hill. So later in the spring, early summer, I'm going to dig another pond back there. So I'll have 3 ponds in total. But another one way back there in the corner for the ducks and eventually geese that I'm going to get. And then this is already dished out to here. And then you can see here the old owners, they just basically had a drain pipe going down into the ground that goes down to the road, down to the ditch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. And I'm going to dig a pretty nice, I'd say roughly at least a 10-foot diameter hole. And then that'll give me enough if I go 12 feet and come back down, I think there. I'll double check everything there once I got the wood laid out to see exactly where it's going to go. But basically, pretty much like right here there. So that'll be nice because I'm getting some mandarin ducks and they can fly. So they'll have to be caged in, and then also some golden pheasants. So yeah, I mean 16, 12 feet high, that'll be plenty, and then we'll build all in there. So right now, what I'm going to start doing now is just getting all these rocks hauled out of here for now and getting those out of the way, probably save a bunch of them for the pond and stuff. And then getting my 16 footers laid out so I can kind of get an idea where I'm working in my widths and start marking that out there for when I get to digging here. Alright, so a little update here. Kind of took a break and then just jumped back into it here a minute ago. So I got my 16 footer spliced in there, just lightly spliced, ran out of screws, so did what I could to splice 2 16 footers together, or I should say a 6 footer and a 10 footer to make a 16 footer. Yeah, I see you, Houdini. I see you, buddy. Chupto, being a pain in the bottom. Yeah, so what I was doing here is I was just starting to figure out the height here. So one thing here is I was kind of thinking maybe I could do it, but no, I got to dig down into the hill here so I can get this piece here level enough. So yeah, that's probably going to be the first thing I'm going to have to do here, dig down, because it's a little bit of a hill. I don't know if you can tell. And anyways, yeah, it's got a good 1.5 feet elevation there, so dig that down. Make a trench, get this piece level, and then I'll have to do the same. Well, yeah, I'll have to do the same everywhere. Basically, just trench it and level it. And, off that side, going that way, especially. doing that way too. I mean, a little bit of lean angle ain't big deal, but the way that the property's made, it'll just be easier if I just kind of dig that down a bit there and level it. It'll help. Always find a little junk here, eh? What do we got here? There it is. It's old. It's made of metal. Looks like a little hub. Yeah. Looks like something off of a mower or tractor or something like that. Go figure. Always fun. Yeah, it's pretty good. Alright, so this is a hair over 16 feet, which won't hurt nothing really. That's not going to change anything for back there. It'll just change the length in the front pieces a little bit. Alright. Alright, so this is where we're going to end her on day one here. You know, it's still early March here. Everything's still pretty frozen. I was just lucky that was mostly gravel beside my garage. And I snowblowed this out about 2 weeks ago, so this would be the first area to melt so I could start working it right away. But anyways, got a little bit of progress made. Got one side bottom rail. Just got to get it leveled a little bit better. And maybe once the ground thaws out a little more, scrape up the dirt a little. And buying a tiller, it'll make things easier for me to level off. And then over here, I'm just going to have to wait a little bit because no matter what, I'm going to have to wait. And I'm going to have to dig down here as well. And this basically just unthawed yesterday. So, you know, the ground's still pretty frozen there. Yeah, so we'll give that another couple of days here. We're no big rush here. We got another 2 or 3 weeks before the hardware cloth even gets here. So just kind of getting things laid out, getting things started here, get an idea of where I'm going, because when the ground's unthawed, I am going to start digging a pond. How I'm going to do that, we're not sure yet, but probably by hand. I do got to clean up all these rocks here. I'll save a bunch for the pond. Alright, well, a lot faster at tearing things apart than I am at building things, that's for sure. Nice. So I guess we're just going to call that a night. Catch back up here when we start up again here in a day or two. Okay, a little update on where we're at here. So I basically got the main bottom frame laid out to where I want it. Got everything marked, so when they're all tacked together, so I'm just going to take out the 1 or 2 screws holding together and I can separate everything. The pond's finally, the final mark out's made. I got all the edge kind of cut out. So pretty much what I like to do, I just got my edge trimmer here, and I just go out and I just cut out little sections. It'll be easy for me to get in with my shovel. Kind of feels like the ground's still a little frozen in some places, so probably need to do some pickaxing. And gotta get this dug out and level that up there around here. So yeah, dig this out probably more than there, but basically that's the idea. And then once the ground's thawed out enough, I'm going to run in here with the tiller, and then I'm going to keep tilling this down until I can get this more leveled out here. But pretty much put a fancy little corner edge here just to kind of cut it down. Just not so squared or rectangle. That'll be the pond area like you can see there. Yeah, pretty much that's just where I'm at here, and gonna start digging out the pond because that's pretty much the centerpiece, and then pretty much gonna go from there as the ground on thaws. Like I say, you can see now back there where I'm gonna till down so that I can bring that down more level down back there, probably about to the height of the pond, and that'll help a lot back there, and I won't have to build up as much in the front. But yeah, and I still gotta dig down there to get that piece down, figure something out where the water's gonna channel in through, but we'll figure that all out as we go. Okay, so there's the gist of it. It's like a big mess right now, but it'll make sense when I'm done, I think. I got the rough shape all cut out here, and then all the solder moving, and I got it built up here, there where it was a dip. So we get the water to build up and just kind of go over for now, maybe. Built up down there. So, yeah, down on the sides it's still frozen, about 4 inches down, 5 inches down mostly. The middle is pretty good because it was, always water there anyway. So, but I guess off to the side it's a little more frozen, harder dirt to. And I mean, to be honest, I don't really need it a whole lot deeper than that, anyways. But I am going to bring it down, maybe to about 2 feet there. It's just for summers, for ducks to kind of swim around it. Not too fancy. We'll see how low I go with it. see how many years that's been in the ground. So, let's get some fill back there. That fits nice. She said anyways. Pretty good. Nice. Oh, just fill in and cover. A bit of pipe to play with here. Alright, so I would say that the pond itself is getting pretty much close to being done. Now that's the pond itself. So, like I said, I'm going to start running one more test, make sure. But I think the way that I got it, I should be alright to start filling it in. So now what I got to do here is I got my back piece leveled out there. Start putting my pieces on, getting the width leveled out. Put myself a line to where I need to fill it till. And then level out the ground. Start, once I can get the ground leveled out from down there and down here. Well, that's it. Then we can start screwing and framing and getting this project a little more complete here. Pond had to be the main part, and it was mainly because of that pipe and all that. So once that's done, then we can, like I say, time to move on to the next steps here. So gonna dig out that trench a little bit and let the water run in, fill her up, and plug her up one more time, maybe later on today once she's full, and then see what she looks like tomorrow. And if everything goes good, well, then we're just gonna keep on filling it in. But for now, I'm just gonna keep working on getting this area here brought leveled out there. So I already tilled a bunch over here, and I'm gonna take a bunch of that dirt and bring it that way down. Yeah, she's going, she's coming. She's a big project for one man when you only got a few days nice weather, but today is beautiful. The sun, she is strong. T-shirt weather in April. Canada, man. Beautiful. Love it. Alright, figured I'd show you a little more here. The hard work that's going into building this aviary. Mainly getting the base built up so I can get it leveled, yeah. I've been basically coming up the hill here with my little towable dump trailer, but I was normally I have my ride-on tractor hooked to this, but then I went and started up a couple of days ago. The battery was completely kapooched, and then I tried boosting it, and then I realized the starter was completely seized, so I won't be using that for a little bit. But thankfully it's all downhill from here, and I'll show you the ingenious way how I get it down. But first I got to get it filled up again. That's always the fun part. But I haven't taken a big chunk out of this hill though. That's crazy how much dirt that I've taken out of here just in a couple of days. But it's actually pretty good digging. But then you run into some roots and stuff. But get cut out here soon enough. Some of these little stubs hopefully pulled out of here as we go. Alright, good job. Almost got enough there. Nah, 2 more. Alright, now we're good. Alright. Now we start the descent. So, yeah, check this out. I really hope that it all went one take, because I'm only doing that one time for the camera. That is a lot of extra work. Walking back and forth, and I'm only doing one load tonight. I've already shoveled and hauled too many loads of stuff today. Alright, one last little tiny update here to finish off the this segment of the build here. I'm not going to make it all one big video. It's just taking way too long to build the whole aviary. So we're going to make this just the pond area video here for now. So I was holding water pretty good for a while. And then all of a sudden the water level just started dropping. So eventually I might have to get a cheap liner to put in there. If so, I will. But we're going to just keep an eye on it and see if I can seal it off with mud. As it gets lower, I'll just keep mudding up on the sides here and let the ducks do their thing, and hopefully naturally it'll hold water at some point. But like I said, if I gotta put a liner in there, I will. Got most of the one major deep side filled in. Got this angle here, and now we're starting to go. So hauling loads from down the hill takes a while. I can only do a load or two a day there. My sciatica nerves been killing me. But yeah, almost there. Once I get that there, it won't take much to fill in the rest here. And I'll be able to get into the framing here into the next part. But yeah, update, like I said, ducks love it in there. They got their little stream going down that they play in. They come in the pond and they do their thing. And for the most part, I mean, it's not leaking water out anywhere that I can tell anymore. So it's probably just saturating into the ground as the ground's drying up, I'm assuming. But yeah, I would say that's going to be it for this part of the build here. Oh, I picked up a couple of trees, planted a pine and a little spruce tree in there too, so they'll have some live trees in there. But yeah, that'll all come out in the end here, what we do as far as vegetation and stuff goes.